Who's doing an intro?
What's up, Egan?
What's up, Scotty?
Welcome to Champs.
Chicago 2025.
We're sitting out here in the lobby next to the bathrooms.
Because they won't let us into the booth.
It will let us into the booth till 10 o'clock.
I was about to say we would be able to show the fucking all the really, really cool booths and the products and shit, but no, we just got a nice lobby.
We have a nice lobby.
Oh God. So what the fuck are we doing? What the fuck is this?
Start over. We hot? Egan, what's up? Welcome to Champs 2025 Chicago.
Yep. Appreciate
Let's
it.
get right into it. Let's talk about the whip wit video from
the whip wave.
the whip wave video from Hunter.
Oh my God.
Masterpiece.
It was the best like marketing video for a product that I've fucking watched.
It's 1,000 times better than the Slap Chop parody videos that are out there from like the 2000s.
The amount of so did you watch the whole thing?
Multiple times. And I sent it to everybody I know in the industry.
Okay, well, it is it's a minute and 30 seconds of just hystericalness and passive aggressiveness.
It's gold.
It's perfect.
It's gold. I mean, as long as he was perfectly clear that it is a whipped cream infuser and it is not for getting completely wrecked on.
He got the point across very well.
Because Whip Wave is for drink infusion and whipped cream manufacturing only.
Only that.
Only that.
Only that.
Only that.
Don't get it twisted. Do not think otherwise.
How'd you guys do on the first day of the show?
First day was good. We had a lot of distributors come through.
Mm-hmm.
As local store chains, which was good. Being able to see people, thank them for the support in the brand, which was really, really cool. Got to see some new customers who I haven't had the chance to meet before, so that was awesome. But yeah, day one it was good. It was a build up to day one on a what was it, Tuesday yesterday? So yeah, it was a little early, little slow start. I think today's gonna be really, really good though. What about you? How was day one for you yesterday?
It was a good day. So we're here for Empire Distro out of Corona, California.
Okay.
So it was a little tough as a sales guy working for a distro that's not my account.
Mm-hmm.
But my coworker, it's his account, so he was there. So it gave me the opportunity to pretty much like walk around the show, close some deals, meet some of the bigger distributors that we currently don't work with over at Streamline.
Yeah.
So it was a good day for me. Also, it's the first show I've been to since Champs last summer. So it was good to be back at it.
That's good. What about tell me about Streamline? What's that? You said you're here, so you work for Streamline, but you're out here for Empire. What's up?
Streamline is Juice Head. I'm sure you're familiar with that brand,
100%. That's probably the number one juice brand in the industry. Yeah, in the industry and what we do.
So that's always a focus. I mean, juice keeps the lights on for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But you know me, I'm a hemp guy, so really pushing our Galaxy treats is what I'm here for.
Mm-hmm.
So I love selling hemp. I love the hemp industry. I love sales. So, that's pretty much what I've been focusing on. It's been pretty great.
That's awesome. Seriously.
Yeah.
I was about to say hemp, things have been changing quickly with what we've had. We've had Texas, that ban's been going on. We've had now Ohio. There's all different sorts of legislation changes. Is that affecting you? I'm getting affected for sure.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing about Streamline is because we're such a established brand, more than 10 years. They have a huge research and development division, and we can bankroll stuff.
Yeah.
And that doesn't get talked about enough. When we're talking about being able to R&D stuff, is having the bankroll to do that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We just dropped a new 2 gram on Friday, and it already has childproof packaging on it, like for the states that aren't requiring it yet, but they will eventually. So we're already getting ahead of it. Like our guys over there, our marketing guy Nemo and one of the owners, Brian Garrison, they do a great job at making sure that we're, as salespeople, like they're putting us in the best position to succeed especially with all of the regulation stuff that's going on.
Good.
So it's pretty exciting, you know, and it makes, honestly, and you know this, man, like anything that the back of the house can do to make our job easier we're grateful for it.
It makes a day and night difference.
Yeah.
It does. Like, truly.
You know, one of the things I really appreciated at my time with STNR was you guys are still running the same hardware. And I absolutely love that. You know, like a few years ago when I got back into this, and I think you and I have probably been doing this about the same amount of time, 3-4 years.
Yeah, about 3-4 years.
You know, the hardware started off, no screen, no preheat, no adjustable airflow.
It's basically, here's a battery and a casing
Yeah.
with some juice. Have at
And
it.
then everybody went crazy with these big screens, high devices, 7 gram, 8 gram devices, and you guys kept it 2s and 3s, no screen, adjustable airflow with a preheat.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I love it.
Simple as that. If it works, it works.
I love it. And that's kind of the direction that our hardware is, right? It's got like a little, just like a battery screen. It just tells you how much battery's on it.
Oh, okay.
But it's straightforward and simple. There's nothing to break on it, you know, and we're getting back to the basics. 2 gram, 3 gram, right in the wheelhouse. You know, the shop owners love it. The rate of return on their customer. The customers love it because they're not getting halfway through. It's burning out on them.
Or
they're complaining.
Yeah.
They're complaining to shop owners. The shop owners are complaining to us. You know, so I really appreciate that we're going back to where it was.
Good. I like hearing that you guys are going more towards the hardware route. Like that, like, and like kind of prioritizing a little bit more there too. Kind of doing things differently in that regard, going back to the basics. Like that's awesome.
The fancy hardware it's not necessary.
I saw a 9 gram here at the show. A 9 gram. It looks like an old school mod with a big ass tank on the top filled with distillate. And I'm like, and it's 9 grams. You're gonna get maybe halfway through it before that thing fully starts to have some issues.
I'd be interested to see how many shops pick that up.
Yeah, it's
a big device.
It's big. Yeah, that's. Oh, imagine the cost. Imagine the cost. Imagine the cost of that. A 9 gram.
You know, you guys were really good to me when I was there. Nick, Leilani, Sean, you guys were really good to me. You know, but I'm happy for you guys, and I'm glad to be where I'm at now.
Good.
You know, my office is now around the corner from my house in California, which is good for me.
Yep.
Working from home when I was remote for you guys, it really takes a special type of person to be able to work remote. And I didn't have the discipline for it, you know, and I'm a competitive guy. Like I need to sit next to somebody that's, you know, doing better than me on that particular day. And then I sit there and I'm like, F that guy, that girl. And I go out and grind a little bit harder, you know, so it's good for me to be back in the office.
Just being in that atmosphere around people.
Iron sharpens iron.
Yep.
You know, so I'm really excited to be back in there. And I believe in the product. You know, I believe in the product. We like to say it's a predictable experience.
Yep.
Right. So whether you're getting something from, you know, this batch or 5 batches from now, you can expect the same consistency batch over batch.
And that's what matters. Because if someone gets a product the first time, it's brand new, they're going to be like, oh, wow, this is solid. But then if they get that same product, same strain, same everything, and it is the slightest bit difference, they'll never buy it again. They'll never buy it again because it's not what they're looking for. It's simple as that. The quality has changed in their eyes. So it's a shitty product, truthfully.
So are you excited about the Whip Wave?
So
tell them what the Whip Wave is first, because I know we told them that it was a drink.
Yeah, I was about to say, we need someone else for this.
So Whip Wave is a food grade product for whipped cream canisters. You know, you can buy it in bulk in case you have a lot of desserts and you need to make a lot of whipped cream really fast. It's great.
As you can tell, Hunter is a big believer in this product. I ask everybody that gets to watch this video this podcast to go look up the Whip Wave. It'll be attached in the comments. Just so you know, watch the video.
We'll have a pin in the last video, the end of this.
There we go.
There we go.
There you go. You have a link at the end of this video.
Shameless link plug for Whip Wave. So you guys working on anything new besides the Whip Wave?
We are. We're working on some hash hole pre-rolls right now.
Okay.
We're actually launching those at this show. That's something that we've been showing off. So those we're still waiting on the ETA of when we're going to get them, but we're getting really, really good feedback this show about them. Everyone's interested in those right now.
So
hash holes are taking off now.
Well, we have them already, and they're just like your Schmeidies. So we have 6 to a 10. They're hash holed and rolled in diamond.
Okay.
And out of all of our hemp products, month over month, that's my number one reorder from retail shops.
Yep.
So when you guys come out with those, you'll crush on them.
I'm telling you that I know they're going to do great because every time, because me, I'm in New Jersey, so I'm on boots on the ground going to all the stores and distributors out there, and all of them are over the last month been getting in hash holes, and they've been moving them like crazy.
What do you think about a 2-pack?
A 2-pack of hash holes?
Yeah.
I think, okay, as a consumer, I love that idea. As a consumer, I think that's fucking great. But from like a business standpoint, it costs too much money.
Okay.
A hash hole pre-roll, it's a pretty penny for sure in comparison to like your average 1.5 gram pre-roll, your average Smitey or whatever the pre-rolls that you guys have. It's different.
Ours are under the orbital line of Galaxy treats, and they're 0.75 grams per. So we're calling them, they're like dog walkers. Like, it's the perfect amount. If you had to go take your dog out to take a piss, you could smoke this thing in less than 5 minutes and be back in the house. So I look at it like this because, like you, I'm from a place that has cold winters.
Yes.
Like, it's the perfect amount to get in and out from the cold. So I think it's a perfect size. But they sell great. So you guys are gonna have some success with them.
Hey, I'm looking forward to when we actually can launch those. The Whip Wave, that's new. Just launching that at this show as well. You need to watch the video before you actually.
Link will be in the comments.
You got to watch the video before you actually look at the product. The video shows everything. Those are the 2 big things that we're showcasing here.
Okay.
Then of course we have our regular flagship items, the 3 grams, the powerhouse battery, and the bongo carts. Like, we have all of that stuff that we have here too, but those are the 2 big ones that people have been at least breaking their necks when they're walking by the booth.
So is it I could never figure it out. Is it Stoner or STNR?
The company name is STNR, but it's Stoner. That's
okay.
But that's
I know it's Stoner without the vowels, but
yeah.
What are the shops calling it?
So people, whenever they call me and they're like, "Hey, I need an order for STNR," that's like the shop owners and everything. But the customers, the retailers,
are calling it Stoner.
They call it Stoner.
Okay. They call it Stunner.
Or Stinger.
Stinger.
I had one. You'll get a kick out of this. Last week, there's
no G in it.
Yeah, they think the R is a G sometimes.
Okay.
I had a person think the R was a K, and then the brand was called Stink. STNK.
That's actually a pretty great name now.
Yeah, he was like, "What is it, Stink?" And I go, "No, it's Stoner." He started.
We should start a brand called Stink.
Let's do it. I'm serious.
Let's do it.
I'm dead ass.
We'll call it Stink. Hunter will do the videos.
It needs to be all the same passive aggressiveness, just like the Whip Wave video.
Yeah.
Like, every single video is gonna be like that.
By the way, who's the guy again that does your content?
Bailey.
Bailey. Yeah. Bailey. Yes.
You guys are making great content.
Yeah.
I think it's hilarious.
Yep.
I've been following on YouTube and Twitter, and they're so funny.
Oh yeah. Everything he posts on TikTok, he reposts on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and yeah, they've been putting in some work over there. Like, they've been definitely working overnight on doing skits and some.
A couple of weeks ago, I get a phone call from one of you guys, and he's like, "Did you see the TikTok video?" And I go, "I don't have TikTok." So he sends it to me, and it was Saunders doing goodnight calls to people.
They did that to you too?
Yeah. So I'm watching the video, and I hear him call a bunch of people, and then I'm on it. he calls me, and I didn't know that it was like a gag. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
I was
So that
so
was a trend at the time.
no, I didn't. No. I don't have social media, so I didn't know. But I'm so glad that I kept it super PG, because my conversations with him are usually not acceptable for women, children, elderly,
Mhm.
Animals.
Yep.
Anybody with a weak stomach,
You know, just really any.
just anybody but him and I. So I was like, oh man, next time a heads up would be good. But if he had given me a heads up, he wouldn't have collected the content that he collected, because it's pretty funny.
So I was upset because my clip didn't get used in the video, because he called me when I was because Sean was out in Orlando at the time, so I brought him an early barley, and he called me. I was like, "Oh, what's up, baby?"
He's such a weird dude.
Yeah, I saw that video and I didn't know who that one person. I thought it was a new guy at the office. I thought it was just like one of his new guys down there, and I was like, "Oh, okay, that's funny."
You didn't know it was Scott?
Oh god, no, I didn't.
Oh,
I didn't.
jeez.
I didn't roll the clip.
Hello?
Yo, what's going on?
What's up, man?
Fucking doing some shit.
Well, I was just laying in bed, gonna go to sleep, and figure I'd call and tell you goodnight.
Oh, I love it. I love it. What kind of underwear is you wearing?
I'm fucking rolling commando right now, buddy.
Sweet. I'm so jealous of the
It's gonna be funny when nothing happens.
It'll be
You're a fucking.
this isn't Family Guy. There's no cutaways. The link for that video will also be in the comments. Hunter will take care of that.
Sorry for the audio listeners.
So we got 2 days left. What's the goal for you?
For me,
For you?
my goal is to meet with as many of my active customers here as possible who are set up at their booths. That's what day 2's objective is, and to continue to get new retail locations. That's what it is. The mom and pops, that's who I like to help.
Favorite.
That's who I like to sell
My
to.
favorite.
I love to work with. Like, so that's like, yeah, I love working with the distributors. We wouldn't be here without them. So yeah, I definitely want to show them love today too. But retail locations, getting to meet new people, new like single store, couple of stores, and getting to work with those individuals. That's exactly what I want to be looking for today. What about you? What are you looking for?
Retail.
Mm-hmm.
Retail shops. You know my get down.
Mm-hmm.
Mom and pop.
Yep.
Love them all day. It's the only people I want to talk to is retail shops.
100%.
I love them so much because they're the ones that put the product into the end customer's hand.
Mm-hmm.
And let's be honest, most of the people that work at these mom and pop shops, they're also our customers. They're not just selling the product. They're our customers too.
100%.
Like one of the things I try to tell new sales guys in this industry is like when you're calling and you get a gatekeeper on the phone, they're not just a gatekeeper. They're the ones that are trying your product. When you send samples, they're the one recommending your product to their boss. They're the one when they eventually pick us up. A customer comes in and says, "Hey, do you have a recommendation?" They're the ones that are giving the recommendations.
100%.
They're just as important to what we do as the guy who has the debit card in his pocket, if not more important.
I was about to say, I would argue that they're more important, truthfully.
Yeah.
Truthfully, because like I work with enough locations and enough customers and people where, the owner, he's got 8 different things going on in his life in terms of like businesses and projects. So they let the shop just run itself, do what they have to do. So if you are just like, all right, here, I've got your order, placing it, but you're not consistently talking with the people at the store, they push it.
We need to stop calling them gatekeepers.
They're not
gatekeepers. They're actually far more important than we're giving them credit for.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, listen, the ones that hang up in my face,
that's a gatekeeper.
They're a gatekeeper.
That's a gatekeeper set, through and through.
The most derogatory term we can call the person who hangs up in my face. And if you're listening and you've hung up in my face, I love you.
We're thinking about you.
Thinking about you heavily at Champs 2025 Chicago. But yeah, man, I'm excited for the the next couple of weeks, we got like I said, we get this new 2 gram coming, THCA, THCP, and it doesn't have the traditional D8 base. We've moved to an HHC base.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, so I'm actually really excited about it. Like I love the industry, but I don't get excited about, blends and you know what I mean? It's like I've been around long enough now. I've literally seen every combination that there possibly is.
Yep.
But when Brian and Nemo launched the new Orbital 2 gram, first I was in love because it was a 2 gram, because we literally needed one in the worst way. Customers were calling for it,
Like begging for it.
Yep. So they listened. They did it almost immediate. And then when I got the blend and I saw the packaging, I was stoked. I mean, on Friday, I must have sold 50 boxes to retail in a span of 20 minutes, because when I called them, these shop owners, I was actually so excited about the launch. They could hear it in my voice and they were like, yeah, send it.
They were like, all right.
Like he's excited for a reason. So
that's awesome.
I'm super excited about it. We don't have a large amount of SKUs. I mean, for our 3 and 5 gram, we have 4 SKUs, 4 flavors. The 2 gram, we have 5. The pre-rolls, we have an indica sativa hybrid, the hash hold ones. And then we have a D8 gummy, we have a D9 gummy, and then an extra strength gummy, which is HHC, THCP, D8. And there's 3, 3, and 3. So
that's a fairly simple lineup.
Yeah,
truthfully.
it makes it easy to get it into a retail shop, because I'm not overwhelming you with 10 2 grams or 10 3 grams. You can literally fit all 4 boxes of our vapes or 5 boxes on your shelf about this big. So it's an easier sell for sure.
100%.
But the reorders are what I love the best. If you are a sales guy in this industry and you're good, and about your blend, about your brand, and about your hardware, you can sell anything to anybody one time.
100%.
And that's great. That's great. We got to get it in.
Yeah, of course.
But if they're not reordering, that says everything we need to know about the product.
It's not moving at all.
So the reorders, they've been coming in, and not for the 2 gram, because those just started going out on Friday, but the reorders, especially on the Orbital pre-rolls, they're great, man. I'm actually going to get you some today.
I was about to say, I'd love to try one, truthfully.
Yeah, you can enjoy them tonight. They're great. They're great. They're it's like an Altoids tin. Come in.
No shit.
But it's black, says Orbital. I wish I had some to show right now, but they won't let us in, as you know.
Yep.
Until 10 o'clock.
So we're kind of stuck next to the bathrooms.
We
get to see the gateway. We got to see that.
Yeah.
Nothing else.
I mean, I'm happy that you guys asked me to come on and you let me talk about Galaxy treats and Juice Head a little bit. It's been a ride the last couple of years, getting to work for different brands and seeing what's going on at different parts of the industry.
I'm about to say you're probably one of the most well-versed sales reps in the industry that I've had the pleasure of meeting and working with, because you've been at, like you said, all these different companies. You've been around all these different people. Oh yeah, you enjoy that. Add that little shit-eating grin on your face. But it's true though. You have the knowledge and you have the experience behind it, and you didn't just like hear all the shit over the years. You can tell that you've listened to it and applied it to what you do.
Yeah, he's like a sponge.
Like, yeah, that's the best way to put it.
Little spongy guy, little ShamWow kind of guy.
Yeah, ShamWow. I mean, I love the industry. I mean, it's much better than digging holes for a living.
Yeah,
that's for sure. But I really love sales. I mean, we could do a whole other podcast on sales strategy and psychology, and I would start geeking out on that, but I love the sales aspect of this job. It keeps me busy. It keeps me awake sometimes when I should be sleeping, trying to figure out, what mistakes did I make in the actual sales process where I didn't close that guy, or what worked on the guy before him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I love sales, you know.
Yeah, but you and I both know that if you're in that mode, that point of I'm staying up late trying to work out rebuttals in my head and figure out what I'm doing,
You're in a
like,
good
do
spot.
better. You're in a good spot mentally,
Yeah.
100%.
Trying to work out a new clothes.
Yeah, at 11 o'clock,
Yeah.
just lying in bed, just head on the pillow, just like, what did I do? What can I do to get this done? Like,
Yeah.
I've been there, so I'm like,
I mean,
get
listen,
it.
being in the industry is cool, and you know, selling these products is cool, and knowing about them is cool, and it's fun, but it's also still a job. We're
100%.
also, we all have bills to pay, and you have to be good at your job, or they'll find somebody who's good at your job. You know,
At the end of the day, it is a this.
what's that, Hunter?
At the end of the day, it's the end of the day.
At the end of the day, it's bedtime. You know, but
Yeah.
but like I said, man, I could do a whole podcast on sales tactics.
We're gonna need to get you out to Orlando to do that.
Yeah, we gotta have you
How
come
about
back
saying
down.
Remember when we did the whiteboard presentation down there with the original new sales team for STNR?
Oh
Yeah.
man,
That was intense.
that whiteboard was a mess.
So
Well, like we just hired 10 new sales reps.
yeah, we got a new class that
And
started.
like we had they had to do like introductions, like it was an AA meeting. And then everybody was saying the same thing of like, we're a family here. And that's always like my biggest like fear when a company's like, we're a family. So I introduced myself. I was like, hey, what's up? This is STNR. We're like an Olive Garden. When you're here, you're family. When you're home, don't fuck up.
I mean, I would like to take credit for the whiteboard.
The whiteboard's great.
The whiteboard training, but I completely ripped that off from a sales training that I had done in a different industry a few years before, where I actually learned sales. And I'm almost positive that the sales training whiteboard that I ripped off, they ripped off from Grant Cardone. So I'm pretty sure it's like a multiple rip at this point.
Yeah.
It just keeps evolving over time.
It does. But it works. That's why it keeps getting ripped off. You know, it just keeps getting ripped off. You know, and a lot of people that have done in-person sales, they're good at talking to people, but being on the phone is an entirely different thing.
Oh, it is day and night difference in comparison to like door-to-door sales.
100%. And there's a guideline that you need to follow in order to do it successfully. And when I say like a guideline, I don't mean a script, because I'm not a script guy. If you're reading a script, you're bringing zero personality to it. And nobody wants to hear that anyways.
Yep.
They want to talk to a person, not a call center.
Yep.
But there is a guideline to go. Like, the first thing, greeting. Your greeting has to be on point. You know, I can feel your energy through the phone. You know, if you're arguing and fighting with your girl and you call me and you're like, hey, what's up? It's Sean from STNR. How are you today? I'm already like, damn, man, this is terrible. I got to listen to this kid. What's next? Am I his therapist? But if he calls me and he goes, hey, what's up? Egan, STNR, got this wicked exciting thing. I'm like, all right, I'll listen for a minute. You know, you have my attention.
Gets me in the door.
Yeah, get you in the door. You know, and then the other thing I noticed about young sales reps in this industry is they think that they're selling this product. You're not selling the product. You're selling yourself as a problem solver.
Yep.
You know, like the way that I treat all of my customers, and I know you've heard me say this before. If my customers have a problem with another brand, say they have a leaking device, I don't want them to call that other brand. I want them to call me, and I'll call the person that I know at that other brand, and I'll handle it for them.
Yep.
You've hired me to solve problems for you. You know, and that's, if you can do that, they'll buy whatever you tell them to, you know, whatever you ask them to. Obviously, there has to be a high level of ethics,
Of course.
you know, but you know, man, your book of business will rock with you wherever you end up.
It's like the saying, you know, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. It's truth. It's literally how it is.
But this is totally turned into a sales training.
This has
turned into a sales training podcast.
110%. We started talking about champs for a bit. We're just excited for day 2. And then we started talking about sales. A couple sales guys.
A couple sales guys. The next time I'm in Orlando, though, I'm going to come down. I know that you guys moved into a new office.
Yep, we got a new building. We're still in Orlando, though, just nicer building, a little bit bigger for the new crew that we had coming in there, which is great. Yeah, we actually have a studio now, which is in there, which is cool too.
Which probably makes Hunter really happy.
Oh, he's like a pig in shit over there. He loves life.
Hunter, how do you like the new studio? Oh, he dropped the mic.
The new studio is nice. It's nice having actually like sound dampening pads in there. Only reason I'm upset is it's a bit small.
You know,
so I wanted to use it for like the podcast and the videos and stuff, and then every podcast like, well, let's have 4 people on. I'm like, I can't fit 4 people.
What I'm picturing right now for your sound studio is Hustle and Flow, the movie, when they got the egg cottons stapled to the wall. Whoop that trick, get them. Whoop that trick.
They're not stapled. It's adhesive.
It's adhesive.
Yeah, it's command strips.
Yeah, I'm super excited for you guys.
Yeah,
I was taking a look at the guys that you brought to the show, and they've been there. They were 2 of them, anyways, were there since I was there, or maybe all 3 of them, right?
All three of these guys have they've been on for about pretty sure about a year.
Almost a year.
I'm about to say almost a year. So
and now EJ and Jaden, they're now like sales team leads.
Yeah.
I was so happy to see it because, you know, Jaden is, you know, him and I sat down a lot when I was in Orlando last time and talked about the sales training process.
Yep.
And he was green, you know, and to watch him and EJ go about their business now is crazy.
It's weird. It's like when I look at the 2 of them, because they were both green because they started at the exact same time. But like he did with you, Jay, he was calling, asking all these different questions. He did the same thing with me. But these guys have managed to hone in on their skills and understand that, this is a nonstop job that we have. If someone calls and needs something, they're there to help.
EJ's discipline when he's at the office at his desk,
it's next to none.
I'm telling you, I have to get up, you know, every 30-40 minutes just to like stretch my legs or whatever. I'll go talk shit to whoever's in the office. But when he sits down, he locks in, dude. And I am a firm believer that 40 to 50 phone calls a day is where you need to be successful. And I have to imagine that he's close to double in that.
He's like a statue every time I go down there.
Yeah, he's of extreme discipline.
Yeah. He sits down at the desk, doesn't move, and you can tell that he can easily crank out 60 phone calls on a day-to-day basis.
I've been hearing through the grapevine that you guys are shooting dice for dolls.
How did you hear about that?
This is just the industry talks, man.
I get it.
Just remember, what do I always say? You guys don't know this, but he knows this. You always have to assume that I already know before you call me.
That is true. That is true. You've told me this on numerous occasions.
Yes. So what's the deal?
So yeah.
It has turned into a real problem at the office.
It's not a problem.
There are so many pop figures all over the place.
So what do we
gamble? Has a whole entire wall.
What are we gambling for?
So
it's not money.
They gamble for a specific,
which would be normal.
Okay, so
Funko Pop figures.
So do you know those Funko Pop dolls, if you will? I think guess what
dolls?
Yeah,
fuck it.
Yeah,
the ones that like
almost like a bobblehead. Look,
the ones that you would get for like a 7-year-old for his birthday.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Yes. Those.
Yes. Those.
Yes.
Okay.
So those.
I don't mean to hurt anybody's feelings, but
You know,
We're
It is
all
what it-
inclusive.
It is what it is. Those have turned into currency at the STNR office.
Which one has the most worth in the office right now?
Right now,
What's the most coveted?
right now, I think from what they told me, well, actually, right now, I don't know. I'm telling you what it was a month ago.
Hunter?
I only know like a few weeks ago, man.
It was their Star Wars ones.
Okay, so Darth Vader, obviously.
It was like Darth Sidious and like some of these other like it's all the bad guys. All the bad guys are the ones that have the highest value right now. And if not that, then
Yeah, who
a
wants?
bunch of anime shit. And I don't watch anime, so I'm not even gonna try and pronounce the fucking name.
Is anime the cartoons that give people seizures?
That was one episode of Pokemon. Yeah.
So yeah, that is.
Okay.
I had to verify with him real quick.
I'm a little older than you guys, so I'm more of like He-Man, Transformers,
Oh, dude, He-Man's the shit.
Thundercats,
Thundercats.
So
Sean, you don't know who the fuck the Thundercats are.
Are you kidding me? I have an uncle who loves the 80s and 90s. All right. I know all about them.
well, when we went out the other night and Jaden was like, yeah, it was just like that episode on SpongeBob. And I'm like,
Oh,
yeah,
no,
never watched
he-
that.
He said it was like that. It was like that GIF, that SpongeBob GIF. It's like that's how your brain thinks. You're thinking about the short video clip on the internet, and that's it. Not in the specific episode.
okay.
Yeah. But that's life now, right? It's like, let's compare everything to a GIF
Mm-hmm.
or some video we saw.
Yeah, we've moved in that direction.
We've definitely moved in that direction. We've dumbed it down a little or a lot.
A lot. I was about to say,
lot.
don't sugarcoat it. it's a lot.
It's all Sean's generation's fault.
I agree. 110%.
Too many of these iPad kids.
God, you know what tripped me out is that if you ask a little kid, hey, talk on the phone to me real quick, they don't do this. Anytime someone said to me when I was growing up, hey,
Tell me they do this.
act like you're on the phone, they fucking do this.
No way.
And when I learned that, my mother's a third grade teacher. She's retiring. It's the last week in school. So I went to her school last week to surprise her at her school. And
Congratulations to your mom.
yeah, it's really cool.
Teachers and nurses are the best.
Yeah, she's been doing it for 30 years. So
Okay.
yeah, she's definitely earned the retirement. But while we were there, because she learned this like maybe like the week before, and she goes, watch this. She goes, boys and girls, everyone act like you're on the phone. And the whole fucking classroom did this. And it blew my goddamn mind because I'm like,
That's crazy.
It sent him into a rage, and now he's not allowed back at the school.
okay, well, that you're gonna make people think I'm on a list.
I have a 6-year-old son, and my daughter will be 3 in a couple of weeks. And the day that I told my wife not to buy them iPads, and then she bought them iPads anyways, was like the day that I wanted to leave them all. Because when they have the iPads, they don't listen to you. And then when you take the iPads away, they don't like you.
It's a lose-lose for you regardless.
I just look at my son and I'm like, hey, Maddox, go outside and bleed. Just go bleed. Rub some dirt on it, come back, you're good.
Go touch some grass, look at the
Go
sky.
eat some dirt. But iPads, oh man, I'm being really good. I'm not swearing.
You're doing really well.
Really well.
You're doing better than me.
Really well. But
100%.
I mean, if there's one thing that irritates me is iPads for little kids.
For me, it's more the phones. If I see like a fucking 8-year-old kid or a 9-year-old kid with like a big ass fucking iPhone.
I mean, maybe 8's a little early, but we live in a different world now, man.
I was about to say, I didn't get a phone until I was like 15.
There was also a million when I was a kid, there was also, even when cell phones were out, when they came out, there was still payphones everywhere and everybody still had a house phone. I haven't had a house phone now since probably 2005.
Shit.
So
You
Damn.
were just learning how to walk.
All right, easy.
Easy. Is that what year you were born in?
No, that's 3 years after.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I've had a cell phone since 1999, and I've had the same phone number since 2002, I think.
Wow.
Yeah, I've had the same phone number.
It's real easy to get in touch with you.
Yeah, I mean, it needs to be easy for me because, back in the day, we used to write the phone numbers down on an index card or a piece of paper. You'd fold it and you'd put it in your wallet, right?
Yep.
And I don't even know. I've been married to my wife for 4 years. We've been together for 6. I don't know her phone number.
Here.
I don't know her phone number. Like
Yeah.
if I get arrested or into a car crash or something, and my phone's destroyed, they're not going to know how to call my wife. I do know my mom and dad's phone number. That's the only 2 that I know off the top of my head.
You might want to remember one more phone number.
Maybe my wife's.
Yeah, maybe. Well, just maybe? Just
Jenny.
maybe?
I'm sorry. I love you.
Yeah, you better hope that this
Well, I'm
doesn't
gonna
air
send her.
before you go home.
I'm gonna send her the link, so she's gonna see that at the end, anyways. But I'm really only sending her the link so she can watch the video in the comments about the whipped cream infuser,
about Whip Wave.
Whip Wave. That's the money shot,
It is.
if you will.
It is.
Especially if we're using whipped cream, it's the money shot.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah. Hunter, real quick before we wrap up, right?
Yeah.
Tell me how much you love Whip Wave.
The Champ Chicago. Go. It's great for whipped cream, let me tell you. Or orgies. You can bring it anywhere, really. Especially the big one is a handle. It's great.
I personally think that whatever company can develop a backpack for the can, the camel bags that you hold water in.
Oh, but one for
the tank. So you can go
to like a dog party thing. Because in Orlando there's always the dog alliance fairs. So you have dogs fucking everywhere.
Dogs love whipped cream.
They love whipped cream. Pup cups. You go walk into a fair full of dogs with a whipped cream canister on your back.
You'd be the hero at the dog park.
Exactly.
But think about it. Instead of carrying the can, you could have it on your back with a tube that comes out, and you could.
That's a phenomenal idea. You
I think
can dispense the whipped cream from.
No, we know that.
No. Scott wants to become Condiment Man.
You know
the shitty Batman villain.
You know that there are. You know that there have been rumors, and we can neither confirm or deny these, but there are people that partake in using the whipped cream gas.
Oh, the whipped cream chargers.
The whipped cream chargers.
Well, no one will do that with this. That's ridiculous.
No.
This is for food.
No,
it's food grade only.
Yes,
but my point being is if you had non-food grade, or there are people that were partaking in that kind of
activity,
right? The backpack would be very discreet. Now, imagine if you're sitting at a bus stop and you're a police officer and you are driving down the street and you see somebody sitting at the bus stop just whacking a big can of food grade nitrous. I'd stop. I'd pull him over. I'd stop and ask him what he was doing.
Like,
I'd need to know what he was doing.
Yes.
But if that young man or woman had it on their back,
thank you for being inclusive.
Cop wouldn't know.
You know,
we love police.
You know,
we just don't like when they know what we're doing.
I couldn't have put it more perfectly.
It's perfect, right?
It is.
But yeah, Whip Wave is going to be great. I truly believe it. It's there's a lot of people that are starting to get into more of a baking trade.
Mm-hmm.
People are really, I think it happened during COVID, actually, when people were home.
I think
there's a whole generation of people that want to bake now.
Mm-hmm.
They want to make cupcakes and they want to put whipped cream on those cupcakes.
And now they can make almost a kilo of whipped cream.
It's literally a game changer.
It is.
Think about it.
You don't have to screw in those tiny charges into your whipped cream dispenser anymore.
Yeah, insane.
Have that bitch on your counter, always ready for you.
Yep.
It's great. I'm happy STNR Creations is helping the baking community.
Think about it. There's a whole generation right now of 20-year-olds that are just die-hard whipped cream makers. And you guys have provided them with the materials to make high grade whipped cream.
Mm-hmm. Talk to me in 5 years, and we'll see how these whipped cream companies come.
I'm really excited for the future of the whipped cream manufacturing. Like not mass produced like whipped cream that you would buy at a store. I'm talking about the real like the fine art of it. You know, like
Well, there's craft beer people. They make their own beers.
you love. You're a big IPA guy,
I'm a
right?
big IPA guy. Like,
yeah. So you really,
I've made beer in my closet before, and now people can make craft whipped cream at home.
it's literally a game changer.
Yeah, we're helping people start companies.
Not only have we supplied a need in the hemp market, which we love, but now we're branching out into the culinary arts as well.
I agree. You know,
That reminds me. Have you seen Chef?
go fuck yourself.
Okay.
That must be an inside joke. I don't know about. Are we talking about Jeff that I know?
No, Chef.
Chef?
The movie. The movie.
Have you seen Chef?
No, I have not.
Yeah.
You should really see it.
Yeah,
Really
it's a
good.
bit.
Is it about making whipped cream?
No. I don't think they have whipped cream in that movie actually. But I highly suggest you watch Chef.
Okay.
Has a what's that guy's name? The Iron Man.
John Favreau.
John Favreau's in it.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah.
I'll watch it just because of him.
All right.
But
All right, I have like 8 DVDs of it. I'll send you one.
please, 8 DVDs of the same movie.
Yeah.
What did you steal from a Walmart?
No, I went to a thrift shop, a thrift store, and I saw 8 copies of Chef. And I was like, I gotta do it for the bit.
You know, when I went down there, you guys have a great secondhand CD record store.
Mills, right?
It's in what's that nice area of Orlando?
Mills 50.
No, what's it?
Winter Park.
Winter Park.
Winter Park.
Yeah, if you go down Winter Park, I don't know the name of it, but the last time I was there, I went down there and I bought some records and a bunch of CDs. I don't even have a CD player anymore, not even in my car, but I still have my high school book of CDs from like, I graduated in 99. So it's from, probably 94 and up, but I just keep adding to it. And half the book now, I've never even listened to the CD because I don't have any way to play it, but I still keep buying them.
You need to stop doing that.
I love it.
You need
I love it. I literally, the last time I was there, when I came to see you guys, I bought Taylor Swift 1989. Jesus. I had to. And I bought a Redman CD.
I would love to see the reaction of the dude who checked you out, being like, you.
Oh, he checked me out.
Being like, you. He saw that you bought a Taylor Swift and a Redman at the same time.
Such a weird.
And he's like,
weird
what
combo.
the fuck is he doing?
But be honest, like, fine. You don't have to be honest. Taylor Swift has a ridiculous amount of bangers. Like, she has fire songs.
I will say she has some bangers.
I mean,
I'm
like
gonna get crucified by the Swifties.
Oh yeah, you're screwed.
I'm
dude.
fucked already.
Some bangers.
No, she's got some bangers. I wouldn't say majority of her songs are bangers. Like, cause me, if I hear a song come on Spotify, or if I'm kicking it old school on the radio, then
All right.
I'll fucking change the channel.
I know.
Or I'll skip the song.
We've gone in so many different directions, but now that we're on the topic of music, have you listened to the new Sleep Token album?
I have not.
Have you?
I have not.
No.
Do you know who they are?
No, not
It's
gonna
the
lie to you.
number one record in the world right now. Sleep Token
Sleep Token.
is the name of the band. You need to listen.
I'll listen to it today while
It's
we're here.
awesome. It's the number one album in the world right now.
What kind of music is it? Like what genre? What?
It's rock music, but I would say that it's more theatrical rock, to be honest with you. Like every song starts off really slow. The production is so super tight. You'd appreciate the production on it. It's super tight. Lyrics are good. The drummer's amazing. I mean, it's fire. It's a must. It's a must listen to for sure.
I say, well, guess I'll have to try it out.
That kind of sounds like Andrew WK's like last 2 albums.
He was ahead of his time.
Oh yeah. Now he's married to Kat Dennings and he deleted all his social media.
He is he married to Kat Dennings now?
Yeah.
She's kind of hot.
I'm pissed because I had tickets to a concert and then he got married and then he deleted his website.
I thought Kat Jennings was going to marry me at
I
one
did
point.
too.
You
I
did too?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
I didn't even know you at the time. I was like, I'm pretty sure she's gonna marry a guy named Scott Harris.
not marrying this guy. But I mean, I thank you guys for having me on the podcast.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm pretty sure this episode is going to come out when we're in Champs Las Vegas.
so
sick.
next month,
Yeah,
end of next month.
Well, we keep like 2 podcasts ahead every
Okay.
time. You know, we come out bi-weekly, Dimes and Dub podcast. But right before we wrap up, let's talk about just why you guys like Champs. Like what Champ show do you like the most? You like Atlantic City, Chicago, Denver?
Oh, I will gladly start this off. I'm biased as all hell.
Of course.
I love
Atlantic
the
City.
Atlantic City show all day.
Because he only has to go around the corner from his house to get there. How close do you live to that show?
To that show, 45 minutes.
Perfect distance.
It's a perfect distance.
It's a perfect distance.
It's like it's a perfect distance enough for me to go down there. I have to have a hotel room because I'm like, oh, I gotta stay.
Cabs are here.
Yep. But no, for me, I like that show because I get a chance to see, like, in the Northeast, everyone up there, they all stay to themselves. They all like to stay to their shops, make money. They all got bills to pay, so they don't really travel out to the Chicago show, the Vegas show, wherever the other champ shows might be at. So for them, when it comes to their backyard, that's the one time a year I get to see these people. That's by far my favorite show. I mean, I imagine it's like with you with Vegas because you're in Cali, so it's like it's not bad of a commute for you either.
I mean, I'm not driving anywhere, so I fly. It's an hour flight. But yeah, the Champs in Vegas is obviously my favorite. I mean, I'm married with kids now, so getting out to Vegas is not as easy as it used to be. I'm not a huge gambler when I go out there, but I do like to go to Fremont Street and shoot dice late. I believe you came with me one time.
I did. We had a great
time. And then my second is definitely Chicago, and all the champ shows are great, but for me, Chicago second because I love the city.
Mm-hmm.
We went out the other night and we went downtown, but Chicago's a great major city in this country. So getting to come out here, I love it. And the champs in Florida, I didn't get to go to this year, so I don't know how they were, but
yeah, I didn't go to this year's champs in Florida. The last Florida champs I went to was Daytona Beach in 2023. And that one, it was overall a good show. I was living in Florida at the time. So of course, same thing, right in my backyard, hour drive to Daytona and then go to the show. But no, it was solid. I like the champ shows. The champs are my favorite shows to come to throughout the whole year. Personally.
I mean, the other reason why I like them too is I'm a transplant. Obviously, I'm not from California. So, most of my friends now are in the hemp industry.
Yep.
So I get to see people that I haven't seen in a while that I truly care about at these shows, like you and Hunter and Leilani. Like, you guys are in Florida, you're in Jersey, I'm in California. I talk to, as you know, most of you guys on a regular basis, but I haven't seen Hunter, you or Leilani since maybe champs last year in July. That was maybe the last time.
Yeah.
Or maybe August when I think I went out in August.
Yeah. Like you probably came down to see, to visit. And then that was that.
Yeah. I think that was the last time I saw you guys. So it's always good to come in, hang out with your friends.
Absolutely. It's great.
See what's going on, what new products are out there, who's doing what. It's really turned into a 7-hydroxy show.
Don't get me started.
Don't
get me started, man.
But I mean, it's the number one selling SKU for any company right now, 7-hydroxy. So it's really turned into that type of show, and that's okay. I mean, 6 years ago it was cloud competitions.
Yep.
There was only e-juice and
the good old days.
Yeah, the good old days. There was people building coils and, then hemp got introduced and everybody had a Rolex all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Everybody had a Rolex and a gold chain like overnight. And now it's 7-hydroxy. We'll see what's next.
I was about to say
Whip Wave.
Whip Wave is
Whip Wave.
That's the next
We
one.
keep going back to Whip Wave because we see the value add, the immediate value
We
add.
gotta go to the show in Miami.
We do actually.
Whip Wave.
Sean and I, we went to a
Oh my
culinary
god, I forgot
expo
about that.
in Miami.
Did you guys have a Whip Wave booth?
No, this is this is a few years ago.
This was early 2024.
Was this when you were really like trying to find yourself and you were like in the Le Cordon Bleu Culinary Institute?
I decided to say fuck it. Let's go to a bake competition down in South. Well, where was it?
I
Miami.
think it was Miami.
Wasn't yeah? We drove 5 hours to Miami to go to a baking competition
I
for no fucking reason.
It was an
because
expo. It was an
an
expo.
expo. We have no rhyme or reason for being there.
Well,
But
you really want to
there.
go to that fucking poke place.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
I really, really, really believe in Whip Wave.
It's gonna be a banger
It's
product.
going to be a banger product.
Like it really
People are gonna
is.
lose their minds over it.
So I'm on video right now talking about the backpack with the hose.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna require royalties from that,
I knew you were gonna say that as
Wow.
soon as you started talking about the idea.
or at least a one-time payout. I'll take a one-time payout
You'll take a one-time payout of
if the
$1.50.
price is right. If the price is right,
You agreed with the price I just said?
or $1,050.
That's $1.50, but I mean,
That's all. $1.50 per bag,
No, just $1.50.
or a lifetime supply of Whip Wave. Because see, through our conversation, I have started to realize, I've had like a realization that I may want to get into the culinary arts space. And I feel like whipped cream
That's your entrance.
it's delicious. And STNR has made it so easy for me to infuse whipped cream.
I know. We got a handle on the big boys.
It's got a
You see that?
handle.
We got a handle.
It's got a handle.
Like, come on.
Never before seen.
It's
got a
it's
handle.
for easiness. Like, come on.
Two,
I'm worried. I'm worried that for you, if you were to like start only loving Whip Wave, you're gonna be eating so much whipped cream, you're gonna get pits of diabetes. I don't want that to happen to you, buddy.
I mean,
it's a lot of
we
whipped
can make his
cream.
own sugar free.
Sugar free. There we go.
dude, listen, you only live once. I'm 44. At best, I maybe have 30 years left.
You got more.
They make medicine for diabetes.
You got more.
They make medicine.
All right, guys. So let's wrap it up real quick. Just Champ Chicago.
Oh, we're getting started.
It's about to start. Yeah.
Yeah, we're about to
Yeah,
start.
I think we're allowed inside now.
Yeah, we're getting started now.
Jesus.
God, they missed out
Yeah.
on letting us in there.
Scott, where can we find you and your company?
Streamlinevape.com. We'll have our entire catalog. We have Juice Head Vape Juice. We have my favorite, which is Galaxy Treats. K-Fuel, which is our Kratom shots. True Me, which is our nootropic mushroom gummies. Euphoria, which is our 7-hydroxy. Yeah, and you can pretty much find us in most every retail shop in this country for the Juice Head side anyways. And if you're watching this and you're interested in any of these products, reach out to Hunter, and Hunter can put you in contact with me. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it, guys.
Absolutely.
Sean, where can we find you?
Right here.
What's
right.
your Instagram, OnlyFans?
I was about to say, I'm not giving out the OnlyFans. I got to pay for that. You can find me here at STNR. Instagram is Sean_Egan27. So if you want to inquire about any STNR products or any questions whatsoever, feel free to reach out there. But yeah, here at STNR.
All right, guys. Downs and Duds podcast.
Love you, dude. Thank you, Hanklaw.